everybody. Welcome back for episode 7 of PowerTech with your SEs. I'm Justin McKean, one of your hosts of the show. I'm excited to have Jackie Featherstone with us today. Jackie is a solution engineer that specializes in special programs. She's a practitioner. I'll let her introduce herself in a second. The topic of today's show is talking about using special programs in a remote world. So think about all the things that have happened with COVID. We've had a lot of focus on learning management systems and things of that nature. And, one of the areas that I personally feel has been a little left out is our special ed kids. It's really challenging to reach them in a world like this. They're used to one-on-one attention and getting some of the guidance that they need to be successful. This has posed a lot of challenges. So we want to talk about how special programs is there to support you in executing on some of your goals as a district, organization, etc. Now, when we talk about that, we can't change the fact that they're not going to be sitting right there in front of you, but we have some great tools to support you on the paperwork side, signatures, things of that nature, to help make things operate faster on your end. So that if you do want to set up more Zoom calls, that's our ultimate goal. Streamline your processes so you can spend more time with the kids, even if we're in a world like we have today. So before we get started, Jackie, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Justin. So I'm Jackie Featherstone. I've been here at PowerSchool for going on 7 years now, but prior to that, I worked in education for about 6 years, holding a couple of different roles, all really focused in special education. Actually, I've been in special education my entire professional career, even considering being here at PowerSchool and really specializing in this product. So it's been a really fun journey to be a practitioner and then to be on the ed tech side of things, but I wouldn't change it. I love what we do. And it's really nice to support this unique group of individuals. And I'm really excited about the enhancements and changes that we're doing moving forward to continue to support that.
Absolutely. So thank you, Jackie, for the introduction. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first question I have is we talked a little bit about COVID, right? And we're kind of hopefully vaccinations are coming out. I think hopefully we're kind of getting to that point where we're looking at 2021 very optimistically, like life might try to get back to normal. So we have to start looking ahead as an organization, as you all districts and organizations, as to, all right, we've made it through hopefully the toughest parts of this experience. How can we change? How can we make things better moving forward? So Jackie, my question is, how do you see special programs helping districts operate if it continues in a remote world or just in general?
Yeah, so we're going about this a couple of different ways because we really want to be able to provide the tools that schools need to be as efficient and effective as they can be, even if they're not face to face. One thing that we're doing that we're really excited about is the release of workflow case management. Now, what that does is it allows your users to visually see where students are at within a special education or special programs process. So if you're thinking about students that are going through an initial evaluation or an annual review, you want to know, well, at what step are they at in that process in order to ensure compliance? Now, sometimes, especially if you're not in person, it can get kind of muddied, right? Where you're not necessarily sure where that student's at. What we wanted to do is make it really visual so that administrators are able to kind of check in, get a pulse as to where that student's at, what needs to be done, and ensure that they're compliant with all of the important dates to the regulatory perspective, as well as their own school district process. So it's really nice, a really nice way of visually tracking these students and really being able to customize the views, customize the processes that you're tracking in order to ensure that each student and each user is kind of falling in alignment with everything that needs to be done. So that's one thing that we're really excited about. Another area that we've really been focused on and hearing a lot about, especially with COVID going on, is the fact that schools need digital signatures, e-signature functionality. They need to be able to sign off on these documents, even if they're not in person. So they want to make sure that they have the tools embedded within the solution to be able to successfully sign off as needed. Now, we do have something existing that we've partnered with a third party to be able to offer this to our schools. We've seen some limitation, but we've also seen a lot of success with this. But we're definitely looking to make improvements to how this process is done so that even in a virtual or maybe not a virtual setting, hopefully, this can easily be able to be supported and handle those e-signatures.
No, that's a great call. And I love the workflow conversation. We have as some folks might call it the stoplight report or the red, yellow, green. That's just really looking at days, right? It's awesome to know that information. But as Jackie's explaining, it's taking that and amplifying the capabilities by building the workflows underneath of it to really track and manage. And with signatures, it's absolutely something that we see. As you all know, my focus at PowerSchool is looking at the entire portfolio. So we've seen signatures ramp up for the digital side, at least across the PowerSchool suite of applications. We're doing some really powerful components though with that within special programs. As Jackie mentioned, there are some limitations with the signature that we're using today. So Jackie, tell us what's coming with our new e-signature setup for special programs.
Yeah. So really excited about the e-signature component. So as I mentioned, we do have functionality built in today to kind of handle and support those e-signatures that are needed. But we really wanted to streamline that. And what we've been hearing from our schools is that they really want more of a built-in tool that's embedded directly into PowerSchool Special Programs, that's not contracted through a third party like we have today. And that's exactly what we're releasing. It's coming out for back to school 2021, which is a mouthful to say, but we're really excited about it. So what we want our users to be able to do, staff members, family members, if you're not in person, have that embedded e-signature functionality directly into the documents so that you can obtain all of the signatures that you need in the most efficient way possible, built directly into PowerSchool Special Programs.
No, those are great points, Jackie. And when we talk about, the workflow capabilities and the e-signature component that's coming through, the e-signature is one that's really exciting. No promises, but I have started this saying throughout Power Schools, man, we really nice to take what Power School Special Programs is doing and try to find a way to productize that across the applications. So if you are interested in that, make sure you vocalize it in your user groups, whether you're meeting with advisory committees, things of that nature, because I really think there'd be a lot of power in bringing that e-signature capability again across the PowerSchool suite. So as we wrap today with our last question, what else has happened with special programs, Jackie, lately? Again, we talked workflow and signatures. There's a lot of great things happening with the application. Tell us about something else you're excited about as a practitioner.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been seeing so many great enhancements to the product, like we had mentioned with workflow case management, as well as that e-signature that we were just talking about. Another one that we're really excited about that was actually just released in December is Easy Edits. Now, this is actually a huge ask that a lot of our schools were requesting. Easy Edits provides our schools with the ability to edit current document templates that are provided within PowerSchool. So if you have a document or like an IEP or a 504 and you want to make a change to a field, if you want to add additional fields, if you want to change the narrative text that's on that document, we actually allow you to do that. And those tools are built right into the platform. This has been requested for a really long time, and we've held off with providing schools with the ability to do this. But we finally figured out a way that we're able to achieve this, make it really streamlined and easy to use for our users to make those changes and edits to the documents. So I think our users are going to be really excited about it. I've already been talking about it, and there's been a lot of buzz about the excitement moving forward. Even just like little words or sentences on documents that users and districts are like, it'd be really nice if it could say X, Y, and Z. Now they have the tools built in to do it, and it's totally free.
Oh, that's excellent. And when you talk about PowerSchool, configurability is something that we really take very seriously. We look at the student information system and some of our other applications. We provide the ability to configure the software like no other vendor in the market. So having this again takes us in that direction of not only providing out of the box applications, but for you the ability to take and tweak things to really align to your school to make it a personal experience. Now, as the cross portfolio guy, I can't wrap this conversation without talking about the unified classroom. Another awesome enhancement that's going to be coming in the upcoming months is all the alerts that you are used to seeing with special programs in your Power Teacher Pro gradebook today. They are also going to be available in Schoology. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So again, that's the document view, right? It's not just the icon. You click the icon, you can actually view the document from Schoology just like you can within Power Teacher Pro. So again, continuing to grow special programs, its connection to the PowerSchool ecosystem as we deliver that promise of unifying ecosystems across the world. So this wraps our episode of using special programs in a remote world. I want to thank Jackie for joining us. Again, this is episode 7, Power Tech with your SEs. Please make sure to share the episode, give us some likes, and then also subscribe to the channel so that you know as updates come out, you'll always know when the most recent episode is delivered. If you have any questions or feedback, please throw them in the comments, shoot us an email if you'd like. We'd love to hear suggestions on other things that you'd like to hear or just feedbacks on the show itself. So until next time with episode 8, we hope you all have a blessed day and we'll talk soon. See ya.